get a good feeling, yeah.
Alright, what is up guys, it's your boy Clouds here, or Declan, and I'm sorry that I look a little bit, you know, like my hair is floppy and I've got like this fucking massive Hindu dot of a pimple. And I'm sorry that once again, I'm starting from my bathroom. I thought that, you know, start in the bathroom, don't you? Yeah, so this is my updated, you know what, fuck it. This is my updated setup tour. I'm looking at myself in the mirror right now, I look fucking gothic or some shit. You know, I'm just gonna leave my hair out of it, is that good? There we go, there's our boy! Yeah, so this is my updated room tour. Yeah, I don't really want to say anything else. There's Misty! Come here, Misty! Hey! Hey! Say hello to the camera! Say hello to the camera! Oh, look who came! Look who else came! It's fucking Benji! It's Benji! Alright, so mind the dogs, mind the mess, but yeah, this... Wait, why am I holding the camera this way still? This is where the magic happens. So enough of the cinematic shit, and let's move on to what is actually here. Alright, so what you are currently looking at is 3 1080p television. Yeah, so we got 3 1080p 22-inch full HD. I don't know what the color range and contrast, like black to white ratio and everything is. I just know that they do exactly what I want them to do, and they were not very expensive. I mean, for 3 of them, it's not cheap, but you get the idea. You get the gist of them. They do the job, and they're fucking premium. Up above, you are looking at a LG 32-inch full HD television. This I actually got for $100 secondhand. So yeah, for $100 I'm very happy with that. The colors are great. I know, you know, cable management isn't a key thing in my setup, but you know, most of it is for ease of access. Like here, we have this HDMI cord which goes down and actually ends up going into my Elgato. For the PlayStation, I use this for the PlayStation, and if I want to watch movies, then I'll get the laptop which sits on there when it's in here. Have the laptop there, move the HDMI, obviously just unplug it, plug it in there, and you know, I've got full access. I mean, I could plug it into my PC, but you know, it's already got 3 monitors connected. I could just unplug one of these monitors and plug it in there. That's just a hassle, so I just use the laptop. Otherwise, I will use Netflix when I have an active account on my PS3. I'll just use Netflix and YouTube. So for audio, we're going to move on to audio now. We've gone to visual, we're going to move on to audio, and then we're going to move on to specs and gaming stuff. So audio, as you can see, I have these fat fucking speakers. I got one either side of my setup. These are probably about 1 meter tall. Yeah, probably about 3 feet, 3.5 feet. They're big speakers. They make good sound, and that's what matters. Moving on to the computer audio, I have this bad boy and this bad boy. You know, they're quite old. They've got some dents in them from the years. You know, some wear and tear. But yeah, underneath, which is where the audio hub actually is, it's currently turned off. But if I turn on this bad boy here, it's got a lot of light on it, and you can see in a second. Bang, got some lights. Yeah, currently set to -4 because this thing is not only a sound hub, but it is a subwoofer as well. Just like this one, except this one is optimized for surround sound. This is with that kit, so it sounds good, but this is definitely, you know, if I'm listening to music, I'd use my computer over these guys most of the time. These guys are usually for, you know, if someone comes around. I have this aux cord here, pop your phone in, pop your iPad, whatever you want. And yeah, so if I'm just chilling, I will put on a quick tune. Make sure it's not copyrighted. Alright, let's put on one of the classics. Put on one of the classics. What volume are we looking at? Alright, so we're almost full there. We turn that up to full. Have a jam.
Yeah, it goes A's for ambition. Be what I wanna be. See past the situation that's in front of me. Diamonds and enemies, up we say fuck them. The irony is they inspire me to love them. G is fast though with ignite the cash flow. With X is put your heart in whenever's your last hope. I inspire me too like the fire. So we be the streets #1 supplier. And chance for them daughters for my niggas when I make it. Give me 2 of them straights, no name kings. Earth, wind, and fire type. And the men no beast that resembles me.
Alright, so that probably sounded like shit for you guys, but you know, you probably hear that it was not distorted at all at full volume. It was probably distorted for you guys. There's no distortion, it handles the low ends very well for little speakers. And you know, that it's a tiny sub, so it handles everything really well, and I am very happy, especially because of what these monitors are on, which is actually the speakers themselves. You see, you got the monitor stands on there, and this sort of bookshelf thing that I took the middle out of and put on its side, and my PS3 lies in there, as do all my games. Some miscellaneous cords, like here's my PS3 mic cord, the controller, which is currently wrapped up, but yeah, the charger comes out there, the mic, and this, and this cord here is the aux cord for this mix amp, which, you know, whatever you plug into there, will play music through this mix amp, which will play out of whatever is in here, which is obviously my headphones, which are the Triton Kunai something. I don't know, they were bends and they are broken. That's fucking duct tape together, but you know, they sound good, and that's what matters. We have the color pad, which is obviously the LEDs. If we change this, let's put on a bit of blue, I reckon. Put on some blue. If we just press that, bang, blue. Yep, you've all seen the LED strips, generic as fuck. I like to keep it on fade, however. Is it on? Yes, that's now purple, and it's doing that weird flicker shit, so I'm not going to keep it on fade, actually. Let's keep it to a nice blue. So now we've got a nice light blue to match my desktop wallpaper, which is pretty sexy, very clean.
Very cool, very swag, I like it.
Very nice. Alright, my other mini remote is for the surround sound. If we have a quick gazer at that. Focus. Alright, so you got optical, coaxial, aux for the inputs, I believe. Got mute, obviously. You know, most people just turn it off, but whatever. Modes, tests at the top. Got the center, the surround, and the woofer controls, the bass, treble, all that, and obviously the master volume right here. I've never actually pressed this test button, I wonder, hold on. Fucking hell. Alright, so now, moving on to how things work, which is what most of you guys want to know. So, here we have my mix amp. As I've just mentioned, this mix amp, you know, it's got 4 inputs, I think, and 2 outputs. I'm not sure. It's got a 3.5mm jack, and I think there's a 2.5 next to it. So it's got the Xbox headset thingo-majiggo in there as well. So basically, this thing here, it has, if we go up here, this cord, once again, not hidden for ease of access. I could easily put one of those fucking white thingos you put cords behind. The name of it's not in my head right now. I could easily put one of those, run the power cord, everything through there, but for ease of access, I have it all showing, which, you know, I don't mind. I look at these when I'm here anyway. So yeah, we have another 3.5mm audio jack here, which runs down and back up into the back of that. There is a USB, which is how the computer audio goes through, and then, as I've just shown you, this 3.5mm jack for whatever, if I want to listen to music on my phone or whatever, I'll plug that in, and everything will run out into my skull. Now, for all 3 of these monitors, we have HDMI inputs. From the computer, 2 of them, I believe, are DVI. Yeah, we have DVI and a DVI to HDMI. Well, they're both DVI to HDMI. This one is 1 cord. This is an adapter right here. And then another HDMI cord for the main central monitor here. And the way these guys turn on and off, there are power buttons on the top, or because they're all the same, press that button and they are all off. Down here we have a 7-port, I'm going to turn that off because that's glary. We have a 7-port USB, I think, yeah, it's just a 2.0 USB port. I just use it for this cord here for plugging in my phone, and whatever else needs charging, I'll plug into that port there. It's very, very nice, it's very cheap from eBay, you know, got all these lights to show you what one's on, what one's off. Obviously a fucking labeled power button there as well, but you know, just for ease and the aesthetics, it looks really nice. Over here I have my other consoles. I have a Nintendo DSi, a Nintendo 3DS XL, and a PS Vita, which I'm still waiting for a charger cable for. If you guys have a PS Vita charger cable you do not use, hit up your boy. Behind there we have a USB battery pack and my old MP3 player. It's got a, why isn't that focusing? Got a bunch of old music on there, and you know, I just keep it for the shits and gigs pretty much. So here we have the Razer Deathstalker Pro, I think, don't quote me on that. Not the most expensive in the line. I could have got a much better keyboard, but I chose this one because I'm not a huge fan of mechanical keys. So I got this one nice and flat. Sound nice. Nice backlit LEDs there as well. Got all that shit. I still don't know what these two thingos are. That's fucking beeping at me. Shut the fuck up. Here we have my wireless mouse. I would have a wired mouse, but I am in love with this one here. This mouse literally cost me like $2.50 from eBay. I'll leave a link to this and similar mice in the description. Very cheap. Battery life on it, I don't have to change the batteries for maybe a month to 2 months if I turn it off every night. So now what you've all been waiting for, probably, if you're interested, this is my PC. Now I have done a video on this PC before, which I will leave a link to in the description, along with all the specs. Everything for this PC will be in the description. Price, I think it was around 2,500 New Zealand dollars. But yeah, so everything for this PC will be in the description. Almost forgot, the most central piece here is the microphone, which is obviously on this arm. If you're wondering why I have two microphones, I've got this shitty little black one here. This is for ZADA cord, very messy. I don't know how to hide this yet. I might just run it down the arm, run it under the desk, and then back up through here, but that is a hassle when it falls down the back there. This is my PS3 mic, plugs into there, as currently is unplugged, so my mic is not hot. I can unplug the USB, that's a fucking pain, so just unplug it, plug it in there. And that is attached through a camera mount, which I have modified and stuck that thing through, so it can slide up and down. Very DIY, but you know, that's what you want in a setup, isn't it? Here we have my mic arm, which is fully rotatable. I can pull it out, put it in as much as I want, as you know, it's very loud at times, but you know, I can put it in, pull it out, make it go up. You know, it's a mic arm. I can do whatever I want with it, move it to wherever I want, and with the mic head itself, I can rotate, move the pop filter, and adjust it to how I want to sit when I am gaming or chilling in a call. That pretty much wraps up my setup tour. You know, it's obviously not the most expensive, the most amazing, but I love how it looks. You know, it looks really impressive to anyone that comes in. They walk in the door, they've got 4 screens looking at them. You know, it does everything I need it / want it to do, plus more. It's a very good, fairly low budget setup. If you guys have any more questions or you want links with prices, etc. in the description, let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys have enjoyed, I would appreciate a like so much. Honestly, it means so much more than you think. I really wanted to get this video up for you guys, let you guys know what happens behind the scenes of Cloudsy, and you know, this is it. It worked how I want it. It's fucking beautiful. So yeah, I don't want to ramble on for any longer. Go like, subscribe, and Clouds, guys.
You go. All inside of me says no, and I know that you are.